Good morning, welcome to I Care I Move. This is Move More Falls Prevention, week 9. I'm Pat Taylor, and we're going to take you through the whole process of moving you safely, increasing your confidence so that you can perform these movements with confidence and getting stronger and more steadier as we move along. We are week 9, so all of the movements that you've learned over the last few weeks, we're going to just keep going, but progressing and making sure they're embedded in your mind, in your brains, in your muscles, and in your joints. So as usual, always make sure you're fit enough to take part today. If you're feeling a bit under the weather, then just listen to your body. If you need to rest at any time, it's really important that you do that. You know your body. If you need to have any inhalers around, or if you take any inhalers, or if you have sprays, make sure you've got them close by. And have a glass of water, and make sure you've got enough room around you to move without tripping over. So let's go. Let's start with the circulation boost, our warm up. We're going to hip walk forwards in the chair. So lifting and shifting your bottom. Feet are wide, wider than hips, so that you have that base of support. And let's go side to side. So this is quite a big movement. It's not kind of here. Okay, we should see the whole body swaying from side to side as you're lifting and moving from the back of the chair to the front of the chair. So let's keep going. We're just warming up your bodies, warming up your hips here. This is how you get out of a chair. And we use this every day. Okay, hold it there. Just bring your feet in underneath your knees a little bit, or whatever feels comfortable. Then let's take our hands down by our sides. Let's roll through the shoulders, lifting up to the ear. So up, back and down. Up, back and down. Start small, make it bigger. Ooh, any creaks going on? Crunches? If it's painful, make it really small. We've got to look after our joints as we get older. We don't want to make them worse, but we can improve them by moving. Okay, back to your march, or just your heel lift, see how you feel. So steadily increasing the heat into your body and your muscles, moving your joints. Check your body out. Have you got any aches and pains today? Are you sitting upright? Are you sitting with a great posture, or have you slouched already? It's fine to have a rest and then come back up to that lovely posture. Okay. Let's take the hands down by the sides, walk the feet out a little bit, lean down to the side, use the muscles in your belly to pull you back up. Lean down, up, up, down, up, up. Excellent, keep going. Warming up the sides of the waist, the ribs, sides of the ribs, pulling in the belly to protect the spine, warming up the spine. So imagine the spine going side to side. Keep your head in alignment to protect your neck. And then let's go back to the march. Now, some of you are already standing. I'm going to come into standing. You can stay seated if you want to. That's your prerogative, however you feel today. If you want to come into standing, you can always sit down at any point throughout the day. Not the day, the session. Big press to stand, pump your heels, that's the law. Come around the back of your chair. Make sure you don't have any glasses in the way or anything you'll trip up over. You can always use your chair for support, 2 chairs, a cupboard. Excellent. Lovely arms. Lovely arms. What are your feet doing? Now, we had feedback on this. So try not to be flat-footed, which is what you can hear, maybe. Roll through the feet. We need to really look after our feet. I think I said it last week. Look after our feet. They're the base of our support. And it might be before you come in, if you've got painful feet or stiffness, take some time to just work through them, toes spreading out and crunching and opening and rolling through the feet. Okay. Into our trunk twist. So I'm going to bend through my knees, hips stay forwards. And I just slide my hand across the chair, face forwards. Now, my hips aren't moving. The only thing moving is from my waist upwards. In seated, options are hands on elbows, take a little turn. Again, try and keep the knees nice and still. Or you can slide one hand down towards the knee, other hand up towards the hip, and just swap sides. Keep going. Keep going. And you might not think, oh, I'm not moving very far. That's fine. Because what it does is it actually moves, it works through the right area rather than here. And all I'm working through is my hip. And that's not really what I want to do. Okay, back to your march. So low level, heel lift, swinging opposite arms. Ooh. Notice, how do you feel? Are you feeling a little bit warmer? Okay, feet wide, shoulder raise, lift up, lower down. Big squeeze, lower down. If you want to do one at a time, you can. But if you can do both, double trouble. You get double movements in. All the way up, big squeeze, and then press those hands down. So open fingers, press down, pull the belly in, tuck the bottom under, and press, press. And squeeze, squeeze, press. Excellent. Lovely. Let's just do a neck before we come to our ankle movement. So I'm just dropping the ear to the shoulder. Oh, it's quite nice. And lift up. Other ear to the shoulder. Relax those shoulders. So don't crunch your shoulders up while you're doing it. We need to press those shoulders down and lift up. Let's do one more time each side. And up and down. Oh, lovely. Chin to chest. Oh, I said lovely again. Chin to chest. And forward. Slightly up. And let's march. So making it a little bit bigger now before we come to our ankles. And then we'll move into our healthy heart endurance section. So support or seated. Find a spot on the floor, dig your heel in, lift the knee, toe onto that same spot. Heel and toe, heel and toe. So it's a lift and a squeeze of the toes, press the heel. It's not that. Okay, we're looking at really moving the ankle, getting a full range of movement through the ankle joint. And some people have a fused ankle joint, so there's not much you can do, but you can wiggle your toes. You can try to get as much movement as you can. You could even do a little circle. If you're standing or seated, one way and then the other, but slow it down. The slower and bigger you go, the better. Okay, swap sides. So heel, toe, toe, and heel, toe, heel. You can reduce your pressure on your support, or if you need to hold on, absolutely fine. Do what you need to do here. And let's march again. So let's do knees. We haven't done knees. This is Helen's favourite. She thinks she's Elvis. So it's like a little knee in, knee out. Knee in, knee out. Lovely. And then let's swap sides.
Good for back pain.
Good for back pain. Mobilising the back of the hip, pelvis. Excellent.
You want to add sound effects to
No,
it?
thank you. You can. I won't. Oh, I might sing to you. But no. And march. So we've done ankles, knees, hips, waist,
Do that again.
trunk. Do what again?
Do the internal external imprintation a bit more. The reason being, some of you are not letting your right knee look at the inside of your left knee, please. Like properly go for it.
Seated. Same.
Really important because this alleviates back pain. It's really important to keep practicing this. Out and in, properly out and in. Wider base of support, please. There you go. Feel like Elvis.
Swap sides.
It's lovely.
Is one side better than the other? You might feel it in the back of your hips, in the back of your pelvis, in the front, in the groin. You might not feel it at all. Your knees might not like it. Okay, it's a little pivot really on your toes, on the ball of your foot. Okay, let's march. Right, so endurance, healthy heart. At any point, if you need to come back to just a heel pump, take the hands out. If you're feeling a bit too out of breath, too out, too tired, always come back to this movement. You can even sit and just pump your heels. So let's make this march a little bit bigger. Hands up towards the ears and then back towards the hips. It doesn't have to be fast. We're building up, raising the heart rate. So we expect you to become a little bit out of breath. You need to be able to manage that breathlessness. So you should be able to talk still, but you should be on a scale of 0 to 10, about a 5, 6 if your 0 is you've done nothing all day and you've got lots of energy. 10 is I've just done a marathon or walked up a massive hill and you're like, oh my word,
No,
I can't do any more. Okay, feet nice and wide. Let's toe tap. So tap out towards the side edge of your chair, but slightly forwards. Same in seated. So if you're seated, you're at the front third of your chair. You've got great posture. Little toe tap. Excellent. So what's happening is you can see I'm staying in the same spot. I'm just tapping out. So I'm opening out my hips, moving the whole leg, one side and then the other. Add in an arm, opposite arm if you wanted to, or just one if you're holding on. Adding in arms will increase your heart rate a little bit more than if you didn't use any arms. Okay, back to your march. So recovery. We're going up. We're going to recover, up, recover, up, recover, up. Hold it, down, recover, down, etc. Okay. Coming into a side step. So just a step together, step together. Now you can, if you're confident with this move now, week 9, we've done it quite a while, and you've been practicing at home for your homework, you should be more confident. If not, you can still keep it small. Step together, step together. In seated, you can tap out one foot and then the other, or you could try and step your feet together. You do get a little bit of a swivel on there though, so see how you go. If you're on like a slippery chair, it's easier, but be careful. If you're on a fabric chair, there might be a bit of heat going on there, if you know what I mean. So slide your hands across so that you're not like overstretching. Good. Oh, we got arms in. You can always add in arms, arms. If you do anything overhead, it's going to make you a bit more puffed out. Okay, recover. Heel pump. Catch your breath. Lovely. Great. So low, 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 low. This is where you recover and you go, oh, right, I can do something else now. So we're going into lunges again. I love a lunge. So I'm at the back. I'm stepping forwards, all my weight is on that front foot, big press to that wide base of support. You can stay on one side for now, or swap sides. Seated, it's the same. You know what to do. Lean forwards, step and lean if you're sitting. When you're in standing, at that point of the lunge, you need to be able to have your chair or support to be able to help you press back if you need to. So what we don't want is this kind of thing here.
Right there.
Bigger if you can. If not, don't worry. But I'll show you why in a bit. So a big step. What happens now? I know some of you struggle with the lunges. Land, that back heel lifts. Don't worry about the knee. It will bend, but you're lifting that back heel. You're putting the foot down, landing steady. Big step. If you can let go, let go. You can add in opposite arm to help you balance. This is not balance. So feel free to hold on.
Really good movements there. Yeah, no, you went with the sun.
She's been practicing at home.
Yeah, I can tell. Excellent. Excellent. Lovely, really great shape. You look strong.
So think of a triangle, stepping out back to a wide base. Actually, it's not a triangle, is it? What would it be? Parallelogram? No, I have no idea. It's got four sides anyway. Or is it a rhomb? I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Let me know. It's a long time since it's diagonal. March, heel pump. How do you feel? Are you out of breath? So we did that for a little bit longer, trying to take your mind off it. But we did that for a bit longer. So building up endurance, muscle strength, lung capacity, because you have to breathe through these movements. Okay, breathe. Next one, feet wide, knee bend, knees to the front, hips press back, squeeze at the top. In seated, it's your bunny hop, jockey jump, or your staggered. So staggered is here. That's more for your lunge, really, I suppose. Here. Or you could actually do a stand, sit, hip, stand, march, sit. So choose your option. So good for you to be able to knee bend, otherwise known as a squat. Watch my knees, they're going outwards. They're not going in. Ooh. You could try it with your feet forwards. You could have no support. You could have full support. You could just come a little way down. Here is fine. But remember, in life, we need to sit on a toilet or a chair or a sofa when you're out. It might be really low. And don't avoid it. Don't avoid sitting on those low sofas if you know you can get up. Practice. Now, the weight is in your heels here, so I can lift my toes here. Keep going. Eye gaze follows. So what I can see is this. It's not that. You're not leaning forwards. I'm not looking down at my chair. I'm sticking my bottom out and I go down, down and lift up, up. Down, down. Remember last week I said, go and look at yourself in a mirror. My chest is not leaning forwards. It's not going here. My chest comes down. It stays behind my chair. Oh, and march. Well done. So, how do you feel? Notice how you feel. We're going back into a two-step now. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm adding in one arm. You don't have to add in any arms, but please slide your hands across or just stay with the single step. You can add in an arm side raise, bicep curl, so a big squeeze, seated, you're doing back to a tap. Do what you feel like doing, feel what feels natural and what you can do within the confines of your space. Lovely. A little bit of dual tasking though. If you're lifting, if you're doing a bicep curl, can you alternate? A little bit of brain gym. Lovely, great. And let's march behind the chair. You should be able to breathe a bit easier. You should feel the breathing. Oh, grapevining. Really? Okay. Let's just do a little knee raise. Not high, because we're coming down the other side. Slow, controlled. Knee comes in front of you. Not too high. You can let go, you can hold on. Seated, you might want to just rest back into your chair and lift your knees. Excellent. How's your breathing? How tired do you feel? 0 to 10. How are we doing? Are we on schedule? We are. Okay, march those heels. Oh, you could go for a little walk around. I'll put it out. Okay, let's do a wide base sway. Feet wide, swaying to the side. Check your breathing, check your fatigue levels. Where are you now? Are you still at 5, 6? Are you 3 or 4? 1, 2, 0? Hopefully you're not at 0. Lovely. Good, good. Just swaying. Let's do one arm only. Oh, it's blooming floor.
Well, at least we know you're on the same spot.
No arms. Roll out your shoulders. Ooh, have a little march. And then grab a drink. We're going straight into balance, staying steady section. So grab a quick drink. And make sure you got your band by you. Oh no, that's for strength. Right, staying in standing. Oh, are we all right? Got your breath back? Okay. Now.
Can you just go through the importance of the heel pump? Just one more time, because we've got a couple of newbies.
What, for endurance?
For...
So why do we heel pump? Heel pumping helps to stop you feeling dizzy. Why does it do that? Because if you stand still, if you rise from a chair, rise from the floor, and you come up to standing, your blood pressure can sometimes drop. And that might be because you're on medication. It might be because you're dehydrated. You might have a condition called POTS, which means that your blood pressure drops when you stand up, or other conditions. So when you stand up, if you pump your heels, the blood pushes up through your calves, your second heart, thighs, heart, around your brain, and that with that pushes the oxygen, which helps to stop you feeling dizzy. So whenever we're in standing, or if you feel lightheaded, pump your heels. Just a little tip, top tip of the day. Well, top tip of the rest of your life, actually. So let's move to balance. So shortly, I'm going to show you about getting on and off the floor. So why do we need balance? So we're going to, and you know I've been doing single leg stand forever, but we can't do enough of that, I think. So, and I know from your reports back is that you're improving. So let's run through that. And people say, I can't stand on one leg. You don't need to, you can just transfer the weight back. So I'm behind my chair. I'm going to slide my foot back. I'm going to soften through this knee. Inside my trainers, oh, you won't see anyway. I'm going to spread my toes out. So my toes are spread out and I'm directing the weight into my big toe, second toe. I'm going to tuck my bottom under, brace through my belly, shoulders back and down. You can leave that leg there on the floor, just toes touching, and you're standing on one leg. So it's great for your bone strength, your bone health, balance. If you try and release some of the pressure off the toes on this leg, or you can lift that leg up, relax the toes. Keep that hip in line, because sometimes if you're tired, it sticks out. And then you lose your center of gravity. What do we do to come out? Now, I know some of you can hold it for a long time. I want you to time it for your homework and send me your times. Step out wide and have a wiggle now.
It's good, Beryl.
Yeah, it was. I saw that. And then you can always pump your heels. Because what happens is when you're standing, you concentrate, and I think you're holding your breath. Because then you go, oh, blimey. Okay, so pump your heels. Let's do it again, shall we? You can hold on. You can reduce that pressure by fingers. One finger, hover, one hand. Knees are together. All of those tips, it's fine if you pop that toe down. Eye gaze forwards, relax the shoulders. It's not a competition. It's only a competition. It's not even a competition. It's just a measure of how strong, how balanced you are, and that improvement. Let's step out. Big wide step to that compensatory step. So that compensates for any wobble. You step out and you're steady.
You right, Stuart?
Other side. Oh, how does that feel? That niggles my hip. So, but it's worth doing. Right, other side. Same principles. Toes spread out. Foot flat on the floor. Your support where you need it. Slide that foot back. Bottom tucked under. Shoulders back. Eye gaze forwards and lift. Breathe in and out. No holding breath. Smile. You can do this anywhere you like. The more you do it, the better you will become. Keep breathing. What do you do when you feel wobbly? You're going to step wide, come out, and then march.
Well done.
One more. Same side. I'm going to time myself later. I'm going to time myself to see how much I'm improving, because I was rubbish at this to start with. Lift.
You focus on one thing, just keep your eyes on it and stare at it. It might hold you into that position just a few moments longer. Wow.
You can use your arms to counterbalance. And ready to step out. Oh, good. March. Lovely. Well done. Okie dokie. Next up, we're going to come behind our chairs and we're going to sit down. So I'm going to do it slightly differently because I'm going to incorporate this into strength and balance. So balance and strength. So we are going to practice getting up out of the chair, stepping forwards, turning around and lunging towards the chair. Now, I want you to really focus on the balance element of this. So just watch for a minute. I'm going to take my feet behind me. Just watch, don't do it. I'm going to press up. I need to balance here, and I need to pump my heels to keep me from feeling dizzy. I'm going to step away, and I'm going to take my time because I'm now going to turn around. My eye gaze is level, so I'm at eye gaze height. I'm going to take a step to the outside of my chair, and then I'm going to drop my hands down. I'm going to wiggle my toes back, and at this point, I'm looking towards the center of the back of the chair. So I'm not looking down here. Then I'm going to send my shoulders towards the back of the chair. And again, I want you to think about balance. So your feet, if I was face on, my feet are wide. Okay, I've still got a wide base of support. I'm not here. If I'm here, I'm going to wobble. So here makes all the difference. I'm just side on with my chair. So bone loading towards the back of the chair, gripping the sides of the chair if you can, depending on what kind of chair you've got. Don't worry about knees. You're just rolling from the ball of the foot to the front, onto the bottom of the toes. Then I'm going to bring that heel at foot back in, pump my heels. Here, I can either walk up my legs or press up. Think about balance, eye gaze forwards, take your time. Turn around, wait. Feel the chair. How balanced are you? Take your feet a little bit wider. Eye gaze forwards and sit down. So we're going to repeat this.
We need to warm up first because they've been sat still there.
So let's hip walk. Hip walk in the chair, forwards and back. And let's go into. So feet come back. I'll talk you through it. Push up. Pump those heels. This is not fast. Okay, we're going to step away. Eye gaze forwards. We're going to turn to face the chair. Your strongest leg is going to step towards the outside of that chair. Now, we've just done this in the lunges. Hands come down to grip the chair. And then you send your shoulders forwards. In seated, you're going to hip walk. Can you stand up and step and sit down? Stand up and sit down, or even take a step and a lunge. Okay, those of you that are loading that weight through, you're going to step that foot in. You can pump your heels, walk up, come up to standing, eye gaze forwards, take your time. We're going to turn, eye gaze forwards, step back to feel the chair, stick your bottom out, sit down, rest, breathe. The next time we do this, we're going to go on the other leg. So if you're seated, you're going to hip walk still, and you're going to stand up, sit down. If you can take a step forward, use that other leg as the lead leg. So let's go again. Hip walk, feet come back, press up, and take a step away, turn around, take your time. My other foot is going to lunge to the chair. Make sure your feet are wider, or kind of hip width. Hands on the chair. Bone loading through those wrists, so shoulders towards the back of the chair. How does that feel? All that weight is through your arms.
Backwards.
Your arms are straight. It's not a press up. Okay, arms are straight. Lovely. And then we're going to bring that back foot in. So either little steps in or a big step in. Pump your heels. Come up to standing.
Lovely.
Take your time here. This is the bit where you might feel a bit dizzy. So always feel free to take your time. Turn around. Feel the chair. Bend your knees, push the hips back, and you should be at the back of the chair. Now, sit to stand is balance. It's a balance exercise as well as strength. So let's practice. So come to the front third of the chair, and we're all going to do a bunny hop. So feet behind the knees. We're going to just lean forward. So I want you to watch or just join in, but I want you to be confident here because we're going to take our eye gaze forwards and up and pop your bottom back down. So we're not coming into a full stand. We're going forwards and up, sit down. You can see that my feet are tucked in. forwards, forwards. And at that point, I just want you to lean. So you're leaning, 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 leaning until the bottom comes off, and then we sit down again. Lean, 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 press through the feet, sit back down. Feel the difference. So you can notice the difference if you took your feet forwards, because that takes much more effort than if your feet were back, because you're literally just leaning. And then to stand, you're pressing through the feet and squeezing the quads and the glutes, so the bottom and the thighs. Let's come into stand. So big stand, pump the heels, step back, sit down, keep breathing, keep smiling, hip walk, feet back. You can always use your arms forwards to give you a little bit of a lever, a bit of weight through the front part of your body. Step back, sit down. Excellent. Are we okay? Lovely. Okay, let's come to some strength. So grab your, that was partly strength as well. So grab your bands, please. And just have a breather if you need to. Grab a drink if you need to. So the sit to stand, step away, turn around, lunge to the chair is part of getting you on the floor, getting you off the floor. And then we just add on different parts. So you've practiced all of those movements so far.
How do you feel?
And you're exhausted.
Feel. Thumbs up.
Are we all right?
There's method in the madness here. So, albeit that sounds a bit complicated, it feels a bit onerous. It is magic stuff that really builds strength and gets you off the floor. God forbid you find yourself there.
Okay. Let's work through our arms. So I'm going to pop the band on the floor. So one end on the floor and both feet step on that band. We're going to do biceps, triceps. Lovely. So I'm going to pop the band towards the side of my leg, palm up, drape the band over the hand, elbow tucks in. My elbow is now super glued to my waist. It's not going to move. We're going to lift that band up towards the shoulder and slowly drop it down. You're gripping that band, so it's grip strength as well. We know we need to be strong through our fingers, and we're keeping our wrist straight to just stop our wrists from hurting and to protect them. So is your elbow stuck in? If I tied your elbow to your side, if I had a belt or a band round there.
Got it. We've totally got elbow in.
Lovely. So we've done this a few times. Hold it further down. We have sent some bands out, so I know we've got a few more to send out. So this time we're going to hold up to the shoulder and we're going to just let go a little bit, but tiny little presses, pulses, squeeze through that muscle, grip that band for dear life. And then slowly let it go. Now you might get some shaky muscles there. That's fine. Relax the shoulder. Let's go again. Same side. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Slowly. Control it. Squeeze in. How's your posture? Are you still...
Slower, please. Straight wrists. Because some of you are kind of using the wrist to pull. So really back of the knuckles in line with the back of the forearm. Nice and straight. Lovely.
And then next time up, we're just adding on. Can you do 8, 7? You might not. 6. I might only be able to do a couple on. That's fine. Write it down for me. 3, 2. No. Done. Well done. Open and close those fingers. Stretch out the arm. Hold those fingers. That was 2 sets. So I've been talking about repetitions and sets. So we did 8 times, twice. So that was 2 sets of 8 repetitions. Now that's important because when you do this for your homework, you know, you might only have done the first set, you did 8 times. The second set, you might have only been able to manage 2 or 4. So maybe do 2 sets with 6 repetitions. I'll write it in for you. But that's how we know you're progressing. Or you go up a band. Ooh. Other side. Feet on the floor, on both on the band. Elbow tucks in, palm up, over, elbow stays there. Lift up and down. Now you might need to adjust. Is that too easy? Is it too hard? Is it just right? Like the 3 bears. Adjust it where you need to. Lower, lower. Relax that shoulder. You might say, I can't relax it. Drop it down. Don't squeeze it up. And I haven't been counting, so I reckon we got 2 more.
3 more, I reckon.
And hold it there. Stop, release, give it a shake. Wiggle, jiggle, open those fingers. Are you gripping? It's great to grip. Really good. We used to have a program and we had a grip strength. I've still got it somewhere, and it's a measure, and it's how much strength you have in your grip tells you how much overall strength you have. And then obviously the stronger you are, the healthier you'll be, the more independent you'll be. Drop that shoulder, elbow tucks in. How many did you do on the other side? See if you can match it this side. Or if you've got a definite weakness in that side, aim to match the other side within the next few weeks. Keep breathing. Squeeze. Don't let that band go.
Smile, Beryl.
It's really good for you. And let's do one more. Are your wrists nice and straight? Relax. Oh, hold it there. I lied. Hold it up there. Pulse. Release. How many sets is that? Was that 1 or 2? Were you counting? Do we need to do it again? I can't remember. If you've done 2, don't feel you need to join in, but I think we only did 1. If not, if we did 3, you need to do another one on the other side after class. Just for fun, you know. Okay. Last one. Hold it up. Tiny little presses, pulses, squeeze and release just a little bit. Keep that elbow still. Keep smiling. Keep that wrist strong. And release slowly, slowly, slowly. Oh, let go. Wiggle. Wiggle. Open and close the fingers. Fabulous. Lovely. Let's move on to some Tai Chi. Row your bands wherever they need to be. I'm going to stand for Tai Chi today. But feel free, if you've had enough, if you're tired, under the weather, stay seated. When you stand up, you've still got to pump your feet. I'm watching you. So have a chair in front of you. I'm just going to have it to the side, just so you can see what I'm doing, really. And I'm going to start feet wide. Breathe. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a breath in. Expand the chest and let it out. Okay, let's bring palms together. Bend the knees. Palms come together. We open out the fingers. Up, up, up. Pull down to your heart space. Bend the knees. Push. Straighten off the legs. Press. Almost pressing the elbows towards each other. Bringing back down to heart space. Press up. Eye gaze follows. Keep breathing.
Lovely.
Press up. Doesn't matter when you breathe, just keep it going. You could do it one-handed if you're standing. This is just a little lotus flower. Opens up as the sun comes out and draws in as the sun goes down. Opening up with the energy. Closing, drawing in to recover. Remember, anything overhead might make you breathless, so make it smaller if you need to. Last one, into the heart space. We're going to take one foot in front of the other. Similar movement, palms together, lean forward, open out those arms, bring them back in. We're going to stay this same side. Press palms, open out. So one hand comes down, one hand up. Exactly the same in seated. Press forwards and open out. This is called parting the horse's mane, apparently. Oh, and then we're going to step this foot back. Steady. Just bring the palms, fingertips together to chest height, lower down. Breathing in and out as you press down. Last one. Other foot comes forwards. If you need to sit at any point, do. Palms, fingers lead, open. One hand comes up as we lean forwards and back down, hands together. Fingers point up, open. It's like you're leaning out, you're opening up to the sky, to the sun. Allowing all that warmth, that energy into your life, into your heart space. You could just one side, holding onto your chair.
You're right, sweetheart.
Or you could make it really small. You don't have to be so big, so large.
Thumbs up.
One more time. Feet come wide, draw fingers together. Press to me, fingers, thumbs together. Lift. This time we can make a little heart shape. Oh. Last time, fingers up, press down. Feet come in, little pump. We're going to sit down for flexibility, our little stretch, flex and flow part. Sit down properly. Shirley, are we okay? Lovely. Give me a thumbs up, Shirley. Lovely. Is that her? Yeah, in the green. Fabulous. Little stretch, so definitely biceps. So let's just pop your palm facing up, drop it down towards your knee, and then press that elbow forwards. And then if you want to, you can just take hold of your fingers. I know not everybody can do this. So just stretching, you're trying to open up, trying to stretch through the front of the arm here. Have a little wiggle, circle of the wrist one way and then the other side. So palm down, press the wrist forwards. And then if you want to take the fingers, are your feet nice and wide? Breathe. And then same as usual, one hand, opposite shoulder. Draw that arm closer to your body, towards your chest. So stretching out the backs of the arms. And you might say, well, we didn't really work that. Well, when you're lunging and you're leaning on the chair, you've got to press up and taking load. We're using a lot of muscles in the shoulders, arms. And then let's take that arm up, 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 reach a little bit further, reach, press up, fingers onto the back of the neck, walk it down, walk fingers down towards the center of the shoulder blades, lift up through the chest. And then we're going to take arm up and lean over your head. Just a little way, coming forwards and out with that movement. Other side, hand, opposite shoulder, If that's far enough for you, that's fine. Otherwise, draw that arm across. So from the side, I start here, draw. So I'm really stretching the back of the shoulder, the back of the triceps. That's the difference, just a little squeeze closer to the body. And then arm comes up. Can you reach a little bit more? Bend the elbow, send it back. Lift through the chest. So rather than being here, lift and you get a bigger stretch. Breathe, arm up, overhead. Lean forwards and out. Hands come towards the back of the chair or into your lower back. Elbows come towards each other. Squeeze and just lift the chin slightly. Breathe. And release. Legs, one foot, nice and long. Heel presses into the floor. Toes are up to the ceiling, not side. Long legs, so you need to be at the front of the chair here. Otherwise, you're not going to manage it. So you might need to walk forwards. Hands go on the other thigh. Hinge from the hips and lean forwards. Oh, stretch behind the back of the knee into the back of the thigh. Eye gaze, neutral. So think about length through the neck. Those lovely curves in the spine, natural curves. Keep the heel there, sit up, relax the foot, and then squeeze the toes up towards the knee for a calf stretch. And we're going to swap sides. Same again, heel, toes pointing up. Wiggle jiggle that other leg. Sometimes you might want to go wider, forwards, and then it's a lift up and then a lean forwards. Oh, lovely. Nice little stretch there. Hold it and breathe. Your muscles need oxygen, so you need to breathe. And then let's sit up, keep the foot there, relax off, and then a squeeze. Toes towards the kneecap for a calf stretch. And let's just lift the heels. How are we doing? Oh, 2 minutes. Sit in the back of the chair, fold back, rest. I don't mind about your posture. You don't need to think about anything else except your feet still need to be wide. Just take some long, slow breaths. In through the mouth and out through the nose. No, in through the nose and out through the mouth even. Just let it go. Let all that tension go with a big breath in and a big sigh out. And again. And then breathe normally. But I want you to be aware of when that breath enters your body. It's filling your lungs up, making the lungs spread out inside your body. So reaching the insides of your rib cage, the sides and the back of your rib cage. So think about that breath traveling through the whole of your lungs, around the edges, down to the bottom of the lungs, and all the way out. Lots of oxygen into the lungs, which then travels around the body. Keep going, just breathe at your normal steady pace, but maybe add in an odd deeper breath if you need to. And then breathe normally. Notice your body. Feet are flat on the floor. Any tingling, any aches, pains? Or do you feel stretched and warm and mobile? Your happy hormones should have set in now. You've just done an hour of exercise. It's really good for you. It's good for your body, mentally, physically. So give yourself a pat on the back. Let's start moving toes. Fingers. Come to a seated position. Let's hip walk forwards in the chair. Hump your heels. Get you ready for the rest of your day. Roll through those shoulders again. And give yourself a little mini round of applause. So well done. Thank you for joining us. Please do your homework. Let us know how you got on. Please time your single leg stand. Let us know. And have a great week. Make sure you keep moving. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you.